With another video. I don't know if you know this, but I'm on Quora. I answer a lot of questions on Quora. You know, I've had 2.5 million views, that kind of thing. But lately, I've been getting a lot of questions about returning to the gym after COVID. Now, you know my earlier video, I just did one on motivation, you know, how to start and how to persist in getting back to the gym. But these questions, they're kind of, you know, during COVID, it's kind of a languishing that's going on. That's the current term people seem to be using for it. You know, when you're languishing during COVID, it's kind of a sense of being stagnated. You know, you're looking through a foggy window, right? You don't have much drive to do anything. You're not really depressed, but you're not really flourishing, right? But don't despair. It's a very common and very shared COVID situation or experience. It's kind of like, you know, I always see this like meh. You know, you see this when people, they go meh, MEH, right? You see it in a lot of Instagram posts and that kind of thing. And it's kind of a languishing type word, right? Meh, you know, what are you going to do? Meh. But languishing can be changed, and it can be changed with circumstances. And those circumstances can include exercising again, right? So to get back to the gym, you know, when you're in this languishing mood, right? You want to focus on small goals when you go back to the gym. Maybe you only go for 40 or 45 minutes instead of, you know, 70 or 75 minutes. You start with lower weights. You concentrate on your form. You make sure your range of motion is right. You don't want to get injured, right? You haven't been to the gym in a while. And you have to be patient. Maybe you only go 3 times a week instead of 5 times a week. But you know what the exciting thing is? Well, I don't know if I should call it exciting, but when you go back to the gym, everybody's in the same boat. They have more fat on them and less muscle. They're all desperate like you. They're all languishing like you. And, you know, you look at me and you think, oh yeah, you know, she's got muscle, but I don't have the muscle I had pre-COVID, and I have more fat on me than I had in pre-COVID because, you know, I've kind of put a gym together in the basement, but you know, I don't have a lot of equipment, right? I really like cable machines. I don't have any of that. So, am I desperate to get back to the gym? Yes, I am, right? Now, what I want to give some of you who want to know how long, well, actually, if you can get that muscle back and how long it might take. So, this is just some technical information. You know, if you're anything like me, you want to know what the heck is happening. Okay, whoops, change this back here, sorry. Okay, the first thing is muscle loss is always reversible. Keep that in mind, always reversible, especially if you know, if you have good nutrition, right? We're not going to talk about nutrition today, but the main thing is it's reversible, okay? That's a good thing. The other thing is muscle-mind connection or muscle memory takes a long time to be forgotten. There's a lot of research on this. It can range from 1 to 10 years, okay? Some people even say 16 years, whatever. But it takes a long time. It certainly takes longer than a week, and it takes longer than a few months, okay? Now, muscle regrowth is also related to genetic markers in your muscles. And this is good because you're going to get, you will get muscle atrophy, right? You're going to lose muscle strength. You're going to lose muscle mass, you know, if you quit working out. It happens. But the interesting thing is, for runners, it happens a little more slowly in terms of that COVID year compared to weightlifters. And I haven't seen research on why, but I think it's probably because runners do a lot of aerobic exercise, right? Not so much anaerobic. And aerobic exercise builds up the slow twitch muscle fibers, and those are endurance or stamina muscles, okay, muscle fibers. So I think that's why it takes runners a longer time to lose the muscle that they built up compared to we weightlifters. Okay, so the physiology of muscle tissue is really interesting. When muscle mass declines over, for example, this languishing COVID period, um, the muscle nuclei that were created when you did exercise are going to persist. They're not going to disappear. They're not going to diminish. And so you're going to be able to, as I say, reverse the process. So older muscles have a better regeneration ability, okay? And this is good to know. So I'm sorry to say, if you haven't exercised for about a year, right, then it might take you 2 months to get back to the strength and the size that you were. But you know what? Who cares? What is 2 months out of your life? You're not a 10-year-old, right? You're an adult. 2 months is nothing to get all those benefits back. Okay, so this video is too long, so I'm not going to give a motorcycle story today. I'll do one in the next video. So I hope this has helped so that you know you're not going to have to be in this languishing cloud for much longer. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for listening.